AI impact on privacy, security, and jobs. Yes, AI is happening. ChatGPT is here. We are talking about what risks does it create? Is there bias in AI algorithms? We are also talking about it's helping privacy and security professionals in doing their work better. And we are also concerned whether AI would take away jobs. Now, all this is real. The concern is real, the risk is real, and the benefit is real. So let's understand this, talk about this with someone who's very well versed with these topics, none other than Jan Anisimowicz, who is a chief portfolio officer and member of board at various places. And he is a public speaker also. He's very knowledgeable about this. And let's talk about all these topics.
Hello, and welcome to the Fit for Privacy podcast with Punit Bhatia. This is the podcast for those who care about their privacy. Here, your host, Punit Bhatia, has conversations with industry leaders about their perspectives, ideas, and opinions relating to privacy, data protection, and related matters. Be aware that the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are not legal advice. Let us get started.
So here we are with Jan. Jan, welcome to Fit for Privacy podcast.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and thanks for being here. And maybe let's start with a quick introduction so that everyone knows who you are and what you do.
Thank you. My name is Jan Anisimowicz, and I've been in the IT and security industry for more than 25 years. I employed currently in CNF. This is an international company with the headquarters in Warsaw, Poland, but also with the branches in Heidelberg, Germany, and in Denver, Colorado. And currently, I oversee the portfolio of our products and service management. I've been an enthusiast of artificial intelligence, and this will be today's topic: quantum computing, security, data privacy. Then, for more than 10 years, I've been active speaker at ISACA and IA conferences. This is more or less my story.
That's wonderful. So now we are seeing that there are technologies like artificial intelligence, specifically ChatGPT and its cousins or sisters or brothers, because everyone is releasing a new platform every day. Mm-hmm. And these are creating a concern around privacy. It looks like there is an impact on privacy. There is a concern. On a positive side, how have these AI technologies like ChatGPT transformed privacy practices? Because we can look at the concerns, but I want to look at how are these transforming the privacy practices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Then artificial intelligence technologies like ChatGPT, in my opinion, have significantly enhanced data privacy practices by, for example, automating some complex processes such as data anonymization or ensuring sensitive information is not exposed. And they enable sophisticated analysis of large data sets while maintaining individual privacy, using techniques like, for example, differential privacy, which can provide a strong guarantee of privacy by allowing data to be analyzed without sensitive information about any individual in the dataset. And of course, I can say more that, for example, artificial intelligence-driven tools are capable of privacy risk assessment more efficiently, identifying potential compliance issues in real time. Let's say evolution is crucial in handling large volume of data in compliance with privacy regulations like, for example, GDPR. However, it is essential to continuously update and monitor these AI systems to ensure they adapt to evolving data privacy challenges and, of course, regulatory landscapes.
That does make sense. I think it's certainly evolving the way data privacy is being done, but it's also at the same time creating some risks, and risks to the data, risks to the security, risks to privacy. So in your view and in your experience, what are the major AI risks due to AI you're seeing to information security?
AI and particularly advanced models like ChatGPT, they possess significant risk in information security through the creation of, for example, sophisticated phishing attacks and deepfakes, because these AI-generated threats can be highly personalized and convincing, making traditional security measures, in my opinion, less effective. I suppose that everybody received in the past an email from, let's say, unknown king somewhere in Africa offering, let's say, 5 zillions of money transfer. But it was obvious that this is a phishing email. But now, using, for example, ChatGPT, we can create the entire phishing campaign where the quality of all, let's say, phishing components will be enormously high. And for example, when it comes to the deepfakes, which manipulate audio or video content, they pose a substantial risk in the integrity of information and can be used for, let's say, malicious purposes like spreading misinformation. To mitigate those threats, organization must invest in advanced detection tools and to educate employees about the nuances of AI-generated security threats. It's continuous battle of AI-enhanced security measures against AI-driven threats.
And when you talk about this trust, and you also talk about these deep fakes, would these AI powered systems not create or raise ethical concerns? Because is it ethical to create a deep fake of someone? I don't know.
I believe that AI-powered surveillance systems, particularly those involving facial recognition and behavior prediction, in my opinion, they raise significant ethical concerns regarding privacy and consent. These systems can lead into invasive monitoring of individuals without their knowledge, potentially breaching privacy rights. And the lack of transparency in how the systems collect, analyze, and store data, it is a major concern as it can lead to misuse of personal information. And to say more, such technologies can affect communities, leading to ethical dilemmas around, for example, discrimination or even bias. Then balancing the benefits of artificial intelligence and surveillance with ethical considerations and privacy rights remains, in my opinion, a complex challenge for the, let's say, following years.
Okay, so ChatGPT or AI is transforming privacy, it's creating major risks, it's raising ethical concerns. But we also hear when we talk about AI that algorithms can be biased. And we've seen the famous Amazon case wherein they used the algorithm to hire people and it was biased towards a particular gender. And then they had to stop it. So there were concerns around it. How does bias in AI algorithms impact the privacy or security of individuals?
Yeah, good question. Bias in the AI algorithm, including those in the models like ChatGPT, can lead to the skewed outcomes that affect data privacy and security. If, for example, an AI system is trained on the biased data, its output can reinforce stereotypes and lead to unfair or discriminatory practices. Then this can have serious implications in areas like, for example, credit scoring or job recruitment and law enforcement, where biased AI decisions can affect individual rights and privacy. Then, in my opinion, addressing bias in the AI requires, let's say, a multi-phase approach, including diverse data sets in training, regular audits for bias, and of course, transparent AI processes to ensure that they protect user privacy.
So what you're saying is you need to create trust through audits, through checks and balances, and also transparency. But then on this space, there is this EU AI Act, which is in discussion. But from your experience, what is the current state of regulations that are governing AI, especially in relation to data privacy and information security? Because sometimes we say, no, the GDPR by itself is sufficient. That was the answer few years ago. And then they wanted to do the AI Act. So in your opinion, what's happening? What's happening in the regulation space?
Yeah, this is quite a difficult question because always the regulations are far beyond or behind what is currently available. And especially in the AI, which boosted, let's say, the last year, right now it's, let's say, significantly going faster and faster. And then the regulatory landscape for AI in terms of data privacy and information security is still evolving. For example, regulations like GDPR in Europe or California Consumer Privacy Act in the US provide frameworks for data protection and user consent, but specific guidelines for AI are still being developed. As you just mentioned, the new regulation that EU is trying to populate. But those regulations emphasize transparency, user consent, and crucial for AI systems like ChatGPT. However, there is a growing need for more precise, detailed regulations that address the unique challenges posed by AI, for example, including bias, decision-making, transparency, and accountability for AI-driven decisions.
Yeah, I think most of the talk around regulations is around making it trustworthy, making it responsible, and bringing in an aspect of explainability so that person or an individual can identify that, yes, this is AI, and then they can act accordingly, though that's the hard part. But on a positive side, like you mentioned, that AI technologies like ChatGPT are transforming the data privacy practices. Are they also revolutionizing the cybersecurity defense? I mean, you can use AI, in my opinion, in real time to detect threats, to automate the response systems. Of course, not just AI in collaboration with the human. Is that happening already, or how is it working?
Yeah, this is, very broad topic, and let's say mention some of the most important items. It's happening right now. For example, AI technologies, including, let's say, of course, ChatGPT, are in the cybersecurity defenses by leveraging advanced machine learning algorithms to analyze, let's say, vast amounts of data in real time, identifying potential threats more quickly than just the traditional methods. And these AI systems are excellent in pattern recognition, allowing them to detect anomalies and unusual behavior in network traffic, which is, let's say, indicative of cyber threats. They can provide early warning signs of potential attacks. To say more, ChatGPT and similar AI models can continuously learn from new data, ensuring that their threat detection capabilities evolve with the changing landscape of the cyber threats. Then, for example, in automated response systems, AI can take immediate action against identified threat, such as isolation of the affected systems, blocking malicious traffic, even initiating countermeasures, reducing the time between threat detection and the response. And in overall, then the AI contribution to cybersecurity represents, in my opinion, significant shift toward more dynamic, adaptive, and more efficient defense mechanism, particularly in handling the increasing volume and more sophisticated cyber threats.
I think I can agree with you. The detection part, that is almost humanly impossible. And if you use AI or technology to do that and use it with the deep learning and everything, then it's much more better. But then the evaluation of if the threat is real and how far it is, then the human intervention or human capability is needed, because there you can't rely on AI. And
Exactly.
of course, and then you to respond, of course, you need a mix of AI and human. So it can even facilitate, in my opinion, the notification of breaches and everything, because you will detect early and you'll respond early. And if you detect and respond early, you'll save a lot of cost of breaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Another challenge that we see is that when we use AI systems like ChatGPT, these can create data. These can also be generating data, using data. Because the AI systems, they take input, then they process it, and then they produce. And in all cases, there are challenges, because when you talk about the input of data, is there consent for data usage? Is the person whose data being used aware of it, that his or her data will be used? And then the question is it transparent, the data processing? Or how do we make this data processing transfer? So do you have any views on the challenges around consent and also probably the potential solutions to ensure that transparency is there when it comes to data processing?
Yeah, this is quite a challenging question, but I try to answer. Then, in my opinion, the AI systems like ChatGPT pose significant challenges in obtaining meaningful user consent for data usage, primarily due to the complexity of the algorithm and data processing techniques. Then users often struggle to understand the extent and nature of the data being collected and how it's utilized, leading into the gap in, let's say, uninformed consent. Then this complexity is dynamic and where data usage and processing can evolve over time, making initial consents potentially outdated. Then to address this challenge, it is essential to develop more transparent and user-friendly consent mechanism. These should include detailed, understandable consent forms that clearly outline the specific data being collected, the purpose of its collection, and how it will be processed. Then interactive consent processes where users are guided through the various aspects of data usage and given choices at each step can also be beneficial. Then this approach not only educates users about the data processing activities, but also empowers them to make more informed decisions about their data. Moreover, providing users with ongoing control, such as the ability to review, modify, or withdraw their consent at any time, ensures that their rights are respected throughout the AI interaction. And I believe this is one of the most important requirements, but to be honest, this will be very difficult to achieve.
I agree with you. It'll be very difficult to achieve, but it has to be granular and it has to be, say, gradual. You can't say, give me consent for everything. You have to ask, I want to do this, and do you consent for it? And then when it's done, and so the user asks, can you do this for me? And say, I will need to use your personal data for this part. Do you agree? So it got to be step by step, gradual. Because if you say I want to do everything, it's like Google Maps. Sometimes you say don't track my location, and then it says you can't use the GPS, and then it's a consequence. And then when I want to use it, though I know in the phones, especially I heard that Android phones, it is tracking your location even when you're not using Google Maps. So that's a different story. That's trustworthiness. But on the other hand, it's gradual, and that's where the Google Maps is certainly doing it. But then with all this happening, this AI, this privacy, this security, and the emerging technologies, the ChatGPT and the Bard and everything that's coming up, and the Copilot that's come up, there is often that it'll kill us. That's of course extreme. It probably would not, in my opinion. But there's also this, we will all lose jobs. Like Elon Musk recently in a conference in UK said 80% of the jobs will be eliminated. Maybe, but I believe there will be new jobs. But talking about our profession, so people like internal auditors, compliance officers, external auditors, data privacy experts, security experts, is there a risk that AI would take these jobs?
Of course, there is such a risk, but in my opinion, this will be slightly different because the introduction of the AI into internal auditing and compliance is a significant development posed to reshape the nature of these professions. AI capabilities to automate, let's say, routine and data-intensive tasks. This is an opportunity to enhance efficiency, allowing professionals to allocate more time to the strategic activities. While there is, of course, a risk of job transformation, particularly for tasks that AI can perform quite well even right now, this technological evolution is also expected to generate a new spectrum of new roles, as we just mentioned, focus on AI supervision, for example, ethical governance, or even the strategic implementations. Then, for example, professionals who adopt to these changes may find that their roles will become more strategic and more valued for the companies, emphasizing the value of the human insight into the decision-making process. Then from the formal perspective, in one job, there will be replacement, but in the other, there will be a new opportunity. Then the optimistic view to this, in my opinion, was even shared during my last ISACA conference in Dublin. I had a presentation, can ChatGPT substitute auditors? And we discussed this with participants, and we have agreed that the answer is not. In my opinion, AI solutions, and for example, ChatGPT is a good example, they can create, let's say, super turbo powered and efficient auditors, risk managers, and compliance officers. And this, in my opinion, will be the high probable future.
I agree with you. I think the roles may change, the jobs may transform, but it will not be that everything will be done by AI and we don't have to do nothing. We will do something, but we will do something different. It's same 30 years ago or 25 years ago when internet came. Everybody was saying things will shift, everything will become automated, and we will change. Yes, the jobs changed. There are new jobs, new things which happened because of Google, Yahoo, and Amazon, and everybody. And again, now we're looking at another shift. And again, that shift, I don't know. It's still maybe 5 to 7 years away, but we don't know the pace at which it will happen. So with that, I think we've covered a multitude of topics, starting from transformation or changes in how data privacy and cybersecurity is being done, what are the risks being created, and algorithms helping bias and so on, creating bias as well, in my opinion. And I would say it was very efficiently explained, very clearly explained. So it's time to say thank you so much, Jan, for your time. It was wonderful to have you, and I look forward to meeting you again, maybe in one of the ISACA conferences.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure just to be part of your podcast, and I believe that we can see in the future on the ISACA conferences.
Absolutely, we will. We will. Thank you so much, Jan. Have a wonderful day.
The same for you. The same for you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you liked the show, feel free to share it with a friend and write a review. If you have already done so, thank you so much. And if you did not like the show, don't bother and forget about it. Take care and stay safe. Fit for Privacy helps you to create a culture of privacy and manage risks by creating, defining, and implementing a privacy strategy that includes delivering scenario-based training for your staff. We also help those who are looking to get certified in CIPPE, CIPM, and CIPT through on-demand courses that help you prepare and practice for certification exam. Want to know more? Visit www.fit4privacy.com. That's www.fit4privacy.com. If you have questions or suggestions, drop an email at hello@fit4privacy.com. Until next time, goodbye.